The government of Rwanda and Africa Parks, a conservation non-profit, announced on Wednesday, October 7th, the signing of a new 20-year agreement for Nyungwe National Park. According to the statement from RDB, the agreement will ensure sustainable management of the largest expanse of forest in the country. This announcement follows a successful 10-year partnership between Rwanda and Africa Parks, which has steered an ecological and economic revival of Akagera National Park in the eastern province. Earlier today, I spoke to Jess Grunner from Africa Parks. Grunner is the current manager of Akagera National Park, and he will be the interim manager of Nyungwe National Park under the new management by African Parks. Jess Grunner, many thanks for joining us here on RwandaTV this evening.
My pleasure.
First of all, I should congratulate you for the 20-year agreement that African Parks signed with the government of Rwanda to manage Nyungwe National Park.
Thank you very much. Very exciting.
I know you've been doing a lot with the Akagera National Park. So tell us, what should we expect in this agreement as Rwandans, first of all?
Well, we all know of Nyungwe National Park. It's a very special place. It's just over 100,000 hectares. It's a montane rainforest. We have been asked, and we really respect that and cherish the commitment from the government of Rwanda to ask African Parks to take over the full management of Nyungwe. Obviously, we'll stabilize the park first, get a good understanding of the place, the integrity, the security, like we did here in Akagera, and then really start building up good conservation practice. And that good conservation practice will really support tourism to grow, infrastructure development in potential lodges, new activities, and a more professionalized approach.
Are there any new products that you're planning to add in Nyungwe National Park?
I think first we have to review, see what is there, perfect those present products, and then roll out new ones. It could be, and I know already the government of Rwanda, RDB, have been looking into this, for example, night walks, there's a new waterfall, but then also improving the experience with the guides and training up the staff, the guides, to just improve the experience of what is already there.
I know when you are taking over Akagera National Park, there were concerns of poaching and all that, and human encroachment. What are some of the things you're anxious about in Nyungwe National Park?
Yeah, I think we need to be flexible with what we're getting ourselves into. Every conservation area across the continent, unfortunately, does have challenges with poaching, encroachment. These are resources, and too often people see of them being free resources. We need to get out of that mindset. These resources are for everyone, and we need to ensure they get a reward by basically making an income and being sustainable. So the apprehension is none. We're really excited to take up the management for the next 20 years. Of course, there's going to be challenges, but those challenges will need to be addressed, and then we progress and hopefully every year get better and better as we move through it.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk briefly about Akagera National Park that you've been managing for the last 10 years. What has been the progress? What are you so much proud of in terms of conserving Akagera and making it one of the best national parks, well managed on the continent?
Well, 10 years is a long time, and when we look at 10 years, we think, wow, that has really taken its time. But when we look at the key milestones of where we started and where we are today, for example, having approximately 12,000 guests in 2010 to almost 50,000 last year, having 3,500 animals in 2010 to exceeding over 13,000 animals, and bringing back lions, black rhinos, the elephant population growing, and there being 4 new lodges in Akagera. So when it takes time, it doesn't feel we haven't done that much, but when we actually look back then until today, huge milestones have been achieved. And again, once again, the community have been a huge beneficiary from this through employment, revenue sharing, other IGAs, and also we can see the private sector starting to also develop outside the park, which means Akagera is becoming more and more important in the east, and is getting to that stage now where Akagera will become more and more self-sustainable.
What should we expect in the next 10 years of the 20-year agreement of Nyungwe National Park?
Well, I think it'll follow very much like Akagera. You know, we'll secure the integrity, the product will get much better, marketing will get much better for Rwandans who will visit it. It'll become easier for Rwandans to visit it. International market will start to recognize Nyungwe as a place to go to. Tour operators will start to really sell it. It's paramount, and that will speak for itself. Akagera, Rwanda, Nyungwe, volcanoes, all of these names will stand out in the tourism field and especially in conservation.
Jess Grunner, many thanks for finding time to speak to us here on RwandaTV.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Good evening. Jess Grunner, he's the current park manager of Akagera National Park, and he will be acting as the interim manager of Nyungwe National Park under the management of African Parks.